Hey, this is Coach Carvel Bailey, and I want to welcome you to another episode of Coach Carvel Bailey's Lunch and Learn. We'll be with y'all right after these messages.
Yo, just so you understand it, this is Coach Carvel Bailey's program with the spirit of Bob Hambry. This is Blessed to Ball, helping athletes, and we represent. Study your craft, your mentality leads to excellence. It's all about your mindset. We'll never stop addressing this, so be positive and not a pessimist. Confidence took James Harden higher. If you really want it, it ain't gonna be easy. It's gonna be hard as carbon fiber, but we got you. From counseling to workshops, we do it. You'll go farther with a scholarship. We'll help you get recruited. Yo, anyone can dribble and shoot, but it's the ones who study basketball internally that make it to Duke University. Knowledge goes around. The game is played from the neck up and not from the shoulders down. This is Blessed to Ball, helping you with obstacles. The athletes are the rocket. Blessed to Ball is the rocket fuel. If you hit a wall, we can help you slowly climb it. So keep a Mamba mentality like Kobe Bryant. Blessed to Ball. Cherish the opportunities that you have. Blessed to Ball. Use your mentality to master the craft. Blessed to Ball. Come join our team, it's a new day. Follow our steps and watch how much better you play. Cherish the opportunities that you have. Use your mentality to master the craft. Come join our team, it's a new day. Follow our steps and watch how much better you play. Yo, Coach Carvel Bailey. Hey, listen to your coach, man. He ain't no scrub off the street. That man got credentials, academic and street. Believe it, and my name is Strategic.
Yo, how y'all doing? Welcome to another episode of Coach Carvel Bailey's Lunch and Learn. Happy New Year to you. Happy New Year to you. We have been on a little break, a little vacation, much needed rest and relaxation from work. And so we took a break from Lunch and Learn. But again, it's Coach Carvel Bailey. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. This is going to be a brief one today, but this is going to be something that you want to know about, how to get some free exposure, right? So I'm going to share it with a couple more people. Make sure you share this because you want to be in the building. You want to be in the room. You want to learn how you can get some free exposure for your athletes. So go ahead and share it. Go ahead and share it right now with as many people as you can, as I'm doing the exact same thing, because this is going right. We're going to start the new year off right. We're going to start the new year off right. And I'm going to give you all some quick, brief information that can help you help your athlete get much more exposure right now, today, something that you can put in place right away. So here's the first thing. Most people are looking for exposure, right? So if you're here and you're one of those parents that are looking for exposure for your athlete, can someone explain why, right? Why are you looking for exposure? Why do you think exposure? Why do you think that you're at the point to where your athlete needs exposure? And this is the first question that I always ask my clients, athletes and parents, before we even start. For those that come to me and us in our Hoops Master University, right? Because we help high school guards, right? And now we're working with middle school guards as well to get the tools needed to be more recruitable, more recruitment ready. And in that is improving their confidence, improving their IQ and awareness, improving their exposure, and then improving their recruitment and their recruitability. But most parents look for exposure because either they are looking for their athlete to get noticed by a coach. They're looking for a coach. It could be an AAU coach. It could be a high school coach. Oftentimes it's college coaches. They're looking for exposure to get that particular athlete seen by someone that can make a decision to bless their life, right? The second reason that I think that parents look for exposure is because they want their athlete playing with better competition, right? A lot of parents are looking for exposure and they use the word in the wrong context. And this phrase because they want their kid to be playing with better competition. And so they're saying exposure, but what they really mean is better competition. So they want to expose them to better competition to see if their athlete is ready or not, right? That's not necessarily exposure. That's just putting in with more competition. But then there are certain parents that want exposure because, like, frankly, they want exposure for them. They want exposure to be to boost their ego. They want to be to walk in the gym and everybody say, oh, that's such and such mama. That's such and such daddy. There are probably the majority of parents that are looking for exposure for their kids are looking for it so that when they have their table talks, they can brag. They can have a talking point. They can have a talking point when they're talking to their friends, their family, when they walk in the gym. They have a one-up on the person whose athlete isn't getting a lot of exposure. And now they can fit in with the conversations of parents who kids is getting exposure or getting noticed or getting known. So to me, those are the three reasons why people are looking for exposure, but a lot of people don't know necessarily how to go get the exposure. So I'm gonna give you three quick things that you can do today to be able to help you and your athlete get more exposure. All right. So the first thing, got my notes here. The first thing, right? And you've probably been told, okay, hit coaches on social media, right? Follow coaches on Twitter. Well, think about your social media. I just want you to think about your social media for a minute. Do you get notified when you get more followers? Right? Somebody just type it in the chat. When you get more followers on social media, do you get notified of it? Like as it's happening in real time. And then the second part is when you get more followers, do they necessarily, like, do you get a list of those followers and then do you follow up on them? So do you get the notification? If you get the notification, does it tell you who that person is? And then from there, do you then reach out to that person or do you then follow that person? Most times, most people probably aren't reaching out or following that person back unless it's somebody that they know. Does that make sense? So following a coach, following a program on Twitter doesn't necessarily put your athlete in the best position to get exposure. Does that make sense? Because the coach is not going to say, oh, Carvel Bailey started following me today. If they don't know who Carvel Bailey is already, they're probably not going to follow me back. Probably not going to even go check out my profile. They're just thinking it's one more person following them for the good or whatever they do. Does that make sense? So let's scrap the social media right now. There is a strategy that you can use that we show our clients how to use social media to get exposure. But right now, let's just scrap the whole Twitter thing going there. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to get a list. I want you to get a list. Go on Google and get a list of colleges that are within a 50-mile radius of your home. 50-mile radius. Go look on Google, type in colleges or universities within a 50-mile radius of my home. And you know your address, right? Put that in there. Once you get the 50-mile radius, now go look and see which one of those programs have a men's or women's basketball program. Now, if you just want to shortcut the second part, right? If you're not that detailed and following directions, right? If you want to take a slight shortcut, then just type in Google, right? Colleges and universities that has basketball programs near whatever your address is, right? Now, I want you to get that list of 50 schools or however many schools within a 50-mile radius. Get that list. From that list, now I want you to email, well, your athlete, not you, not as the parent. I want your athlete to email the head coach and every assistant coach. So if it's like Division I, they have like director of operations, they have video coordinators. All those people are considered coaches on the college level also. They just don't all do on the court coaching, but they're considered a coach. That's a whole nother class, breaking down how college programs are structured. But email everybody in that program that's a coach And I want you to send them the same email, have your athletes send them the same email. And then in the email, I want you to have your athlete put their name, their grade, and their school. That's it. Name, grade, school. Don't put height, don't put weight, don't put position. Because if you say, hey, my athlete, like my name is Coach Bailey, I'm a 5'10" point guard. Well, I may like tall guards. I may not need a point guard. So just looking at the email, I'm not going to even pay attention to it. So you want to pique their curiosity. Does that make sense? Right? So name, grade, school. That's all you're going to put. Now you have to put something compelling in the header so that they'll open it. Again, we go into that with all of our clients, how to write on the header, but put something compelling in the heading, right? Maybe like special opportunity, right? Well, something that's going to grab my attention to make me open it. Now, once I open it, now name, grade, school, no position, no height, no weight, no stats, none of that. And I want you to be able to explain, have your athlete explain in the email, right? I'm not going to give you the whole script. We do have email scripts for all our clients in our Who's Master University program. But I want for you to explain, your athlete to explain to the coaches that they are interested in doing two things. Here are the two things. They are interested in coming to watch a practice. My name is Carvel Bailey. I was just wondering, I'm interested in coming to watch a college practice. Right? Is there a time and date in which, like, do you have open practices? Is there a time and date in which I can just come and watch? You already told them your name, your grade, and your school. So they know you're in they know your athlete is in high school or even middle school. I just want to come and watch a practice. Most coaches will make accommodations for that. Even if they never talk to you or your athlete, they'll make accommodations for you to attend a practice. Now your athlete can get real exposure. They can get exposed to a college campus, walking on a college campus, being in a college gymnasium, seeing college athletes practice, seeing the level in which they practice. Does that make sense? Right? But what it's doing on the back end is giving them exposure to things that they've never seen or been part of, but it's also giving them a head start because now somebody on that coaching staff knows who your son or daughter is now. Does that make sense? Right? Now we're not, and now, you know, we're not talking about nothing else. We want to go watch a practice. We're not talking about come check my games out, none of that. That's not the time. We'll get into that once we develop the relationship. But then the second thing, right? Just like type a 1 in the chat. If this is valuable, if this is making sense, right? Just drop a 1 in the chat. I want to make sure that what I'm giving you, you're taking in. All right. Now, the second thing that you want to do in that same email, you want to ask, is there any way that I can learn more about the program? Is there any way I can learn more about the program? Or I'm interested in learning more about your program. Well, now guess what happened? You've asked to go to a practice, and then you asked if you can learn more about the program. So now guess what happens? Now they put you on their mailing list. Now your athlete is on a mailing list. Now they start getting some informational mail from that particular school. It may not be about basketball, but at least about school. Now your athlete is on the road to real exposure. So now once they get into that environment, to that game setting, and a coach sees them, or a coach sees their name on a roster that college coaches have to come and pay for, right? They'll say, I remember that kid. But now, after that one email, the practice, the getting to learn and know the program a little bit better, well, now you're starting to build that relationship. And if you go to one practice, you can go to multiple. Does that make sense? So where everybody is searching for exposure, you create your own exposure. Until then, the exposure is upon you and your athlete. But a bonus, here's a bonus that I want to give you. Your athlete has to be in position to have themselves a personal hosting site. PHS. What's a personal hosting site? They have to have some type of site that's going to host all of their information. Because now you're at a practice, now you're sending an email, now you're developing a relationship. Well, how many times does your athlete have to have a conversation with said particular coach? None of us knows how long they'll have. So if they have the opportunity to get in front of that coach, don't you think you want to leave them with something when the opportunity presents itself? Because you don't want them to just go to a practice and now say, oh, coach, here's my huddle. Well, not you got to date them first. Does that make sense? Right? You can't just ask them to marry you. Like, hey, can you ask to, will you marry me? No, I don't even know you. So your athlete is not going to say, ooh, here's my huddle account. Ooh, go check this out. They want to now build a relationship. So it takes time to build a relationship, but you start with the exposure by reaching out, getting the list of schools near you. Now, you ain't got to go that far to see a practice. And guess what? They might even invite you to a game. Now, games are different because games is what everybody sees. If you really want your athlete to get that true exposure, they need to be at a practice so they can get all the behind the scenes things that they need to get to really be able to get that exposure. All right. Sarah, I'm always happy to see you in the building at Lunch and Learn. I'm always happy to see you in the building. All right. I think it's about time, to go ahead and get your athlete not only that exposure, but get them what you know that they need. You've been here, for about a year and a half now, right? Let's start to make some moves and put your athlete in a position that they need to be in, definitely. So I just wanted to come on here briefly and make this video about exposure. Because I hear so many people talking about exposure, right? If you don't know what a personal hosting site is, again, reach out to us. We help all our clients with Hoostmaster University. Listen, we're having a basketball camp, right? So I'm hosting a fundamental guard basketball camp, Martin Luther King weekend, January 15th. You can definitely get information on that by reaching out to me. We have information, flyers going all around. You can definitely check out the camp at bit.ly/B2BSD holiday camp. All right. Go there, B2BSD holiday camp, and get your athlete registered. LaMarshall Statham said, great info. I appreciate you, LaMarshall. I appreciate you. Are you the athlete, LaMarshall, or are you the parent? Or are you the coach? You may be the coach and the parent. But yeah, I appreciate you being here, checking out that information. Listen, we have something special that we're about to roll out. Something very special we're about to roll out because we understand that everybody may not be ready to be in our top Hoostmaster University program. But we're about to put something in place that's going to be able to benefit everybody that wants their athlete to be a little bit more elite, a little bit more better, a little bit more focused, not only with basketball, but also in life. LaMarshall Statham said, Grandpa, okay, cool. What grade is your grandson or daughter in? What grade is your grandson or daughter in? I'm always interested in new people that's checking us out. So I'm very interested in that. All right, so definitely feel free, LaMarshall, to reach out to us, and let's see how we can help your athlete your grandchild, right, become a much more impactful basketball player and person. All right. So it's about that time for me to go. I got my class coming back in. Lunch and Learn, again, spent with you all Tuesdays and Fridays. All right. Y'all be good and be great on purpose. All right. Senior. Oh, yep. You definitely want to reach out to me, LaMarshall. Send me a inbox and we can talk offline. My class is in and I'm about to end this live, but definitely send me a message and let's talk. And here's the website, BeTheRightRecruit.com. You can definitely reach out to me on BeTheRightRecruit.com. Go check out my free case study video, explain a little bit more about what we do and how we do it. But with that said, I'll talk to you all a little bit later. All right? Peace.
Yo, just so you understand it, this is Coach Carvel Bailey's program with the spirit of Bob Hambry. This is Bless the Ball, helping athletes, and we represent. Study your craft, your mentality leads to excellence. It's all about your mindset. We'll never stop addressing this, so be positive and not a pessimist. Confidence took James Harden higher. If you really want it, it ain't gonna be easy. It's gonna be hard as carbon fiber, but we got you. From counseling to workshops, we do it. You'll go farther with a scholarship. We'll help you get recruited. Yo, anyone can dribble and shoot, but it's the ones who study basketball internally that make it to Duke University. Knowledge goes around. The game is played from the neck up and not from the shoulders down. This is Bless the Ball, helping you with obstacles. The athletes are the rocket. Bless the Ball is the rocket fuel. If you hit a wall, we can help you slowly climb it. So keep a Mamba mentality like Kobe Bryant. Bless the Ball. Cherish the opportunities that you have. Bless the Ball. Use your mentality to master the craft. Bless the Ball. Come join our team. It's a new day. Follow our steps and watch how much better you play. Bless the Ball. Cherish the opportunities that you have. Bless the Ball. Use your mentality to master the craft. Bless the Ball. Come join our team. It's a new day. Follow our steps and watch how much better you play. Yo, Coach Carvel Bailey. Hey, listen to your coach, man. He ain't no scrub off the street. That man got credentials, academic and street. Believe it. And my name is strategic.